As human beings, we agree and disagree with each other millions of times, but one thing we must all agree on is that every single man must be able to fight and defend themselves. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to defend yourselves, especially for beginners. And the way I'm going to be showing you guys how to defend yourself today is through boxing defense techniques. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so the first and what I believe to be the most important defense technique is called the block. If you do not know what the block is, I'm going to demonstrate it for you in full speed. Then I'm going to slow it down and break it down for you guys to teach you properly. So as you can see, I'm going to take a step back for you guys. And let's imagine I'm in a fight, right? Obviously, I'm not going to be moving around, but I'm going to show you what the blocking technique actually looks like. As you can see, when I'm blocking myself, I'm not exactly moving out the way, but what I am doing is using my arms to protect my face if I'm not able to move out and create distance quickly enough. So the way you actually do this blocking technique is very simple. So first of all, you must be in your stance at all times in boxing. I don't care what your coach tells you or if you think you're cool keeping your arms down while boxing. Always keep your hands up in your guard. So once your hands up, once you see your opponent throw a punch, and this is mainly for when your opponent throws hooks, because if your opponent is going to throw a straight punch, you're not exactly going to block. For example, a jab, you would not want to block like that. I will teach you how to block a jab later on in the video, but for now, let's focus on if your opponent is throwing a hook. So when your opponent throws the hook and you've already got your hands up, guarded up, all you want to do is move your hand and your arm up to protect your face just like that. Do this in a smooth and quick motion. So I'm going to show you from the front. Block, 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 block. Make sure you don't over exaggerate and move your arms way too high up because you're going to open your body up. So it should be quick and smooth just like this. Now secondly, this is similar to the first one we just done because it is actually the same. But this time, we're going to be focusing on blocking the lower body. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in full speed, then I'm going to break it down for you guys slowly. As you can see, instead of me using my arms to block upwards, what I'm actually doing is bringing my arms down and my torso down to block my body from any liver shots, which are deadly. So the way to actually perform this move is by starting off in your guard. Now, once your opponent is throwing shots to the body, and yet again, this will be for mainly hooks that your opponent's throwing, because for a straight shot to your body, you probably would not be wanting to do this. So to start off, you're in your guard. Once you see your opponent throw your punch, all you're going to want to do is move with your elbows, drive them down, but make sure you don't actually dig them into your body because you're actually going to hurt yourself like that. So instead of digging your arms down, make sure you move your whole body down with it as well. But obviously without actually bending your body like that, because you're going to lose momentum, you're going to fall, you're probably going to get knocked out. So keep it smooth and simple. So when your opponent throws a punch, you slightly move down while trying to move your arms down as well. So just like that. You're moving your arms down. This move actually is a little bit hard to get down at first, but once you get used to it, it becomes muscle memory, and trust me, it's not as hard as you think. So keep practicing this. Drop your arms, drop your arms, drop your arm, block, 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 block. All right, defense number 2. This one's one of my favorites, and this is the roll. So yet again, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in full speed, then I'm going to break it down yet again for you guys and show you how to do it slowly. So first of all, your opponent's throwing hooks. This one is also for hooks as well, by the way. Don't get twisted. We're going to get to our straight shots and uppercuts later on in the video, but for now, we're focusing on hooks. So you're fighting, your opponent's throwing a hook. As you can see, I'm looking like Mike Tyson, I ain't going to lie. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So once your opponent throws a hook, all you want to do is roll in a U motion. But when you roll, you got to make sure that you're not over rolling because you're going to lose momentum. So let me show you guys what it looks like when I step back and roll. So I'm here. All you want to do is roll in a U motion. Make sure you guys use your legs and you're slightly squatting down with this as well, because you don't want to just move your torso like that. You want to use your legs and squat with it as well. So you go down just like that. Just like that. Sorry, I've got Mike Tyson mode coming out of me. So you just want to keep rolling. Practice this rolling move and you're going to make muscle memory with it, and it's going to come very easy for you guys. So practice the roll. All right, for the next defense move, and I changed my mind. In the beginning of the video, I said the block was my favorite and most important, but I completely take that back. The slip is definitely my favorite defense mechanism. So I'm going to show you guys what the slip looks like in full speed, then I'm going to break it down for you guys again. So the slip, this time it can be used for straight punches. It's not really going to be used for hooks, as I was showing hook defense techniques. But this time it's for straight punches, whether your opponent's throwing a punch, as in a jab, a cross. This won't work for actual uppercuts and hooks, but it's definitely going to work for straight punches. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like right now. As you can see, damn, I'm feeling good tonight, man. I'm feeling good tonight. Anyways, to perform the slip, it's actually very simple. All you're going to want to do is when you got your guard up, your opponent's going to throw a straight punch either left or right. When you see it coming, all you're going to want to do is slightly, not step forward, but you're going to lean your body into them forward, just like this. Slip, 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 slip. Now it's important, when you slip, don't neglect your legs. Make sure your legs are moving as well. As you can see, I'm kind of twisting them so I can twist my body quickly. Now, when you slip, don't just move your torso like this and like that. And don't also move it sideways like this and like that. What you want to do instead is you want to slip into them. In, 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 in. Learn that. All right, for the next move, and this one's also very important, the parry. Let's get straight into it without wasting any time. So the parry is going to be using your opponents throwing straight shots, not really for any hooks, or actually you could use it for uppercuts, but not when your opponent's throwing hooks. So I'm going to show you what the parry looks like, and it's very simple. So when your opponent's throwing punches to you, as you can see, it's literally just tapping and parrying your punches, your opponent's punches out of the way and making sure you're not getting hit. Now, I don't think it's a good idea to parry too often because I feel like your hands are going to drop slightly and you're going to get knocked out. So the way you actually parry is very simple. All it is when your opponent's throwing punches, you're in your guard and you quickly just tap. But make sure when you tap your opponent's punch out the way, you're still protected at all times, because I've made this mistake a lot where I move my whole arms out the way and I get hit in the face. So make sure you got your guard up and you just parry just like that. You move your arms down, making sure your shoulders are still up and protecting you. So your opponent's throwing punches, parry, 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 parry. Don't make the mistake of dropping your arms too low and smack the punches out. That's not how it works. Practice this technique and get used to it. And for the last defense technique, the step back. This one's a very good defense technique because you can actually come back with a very strong counter punch. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So this is the step back. As you can see, very simple but effective. Now, the reason I say it's very good counter-wise is because if you step back, you can always come back in with a cross, a hook, any other punch you want. So the way to actually perform the step back is very simple. You gotta make sure you're light on your feet, and all it literally is literally bouncing backwards, but making sure you got space behind you. You're not gonna fall or like the ropes or something. Making sure you're ready to prance back and bounce back, just like that. Make sure you bounce with your front foot first and land with your back foot. So just like this, you're here, step back, here, step back. Opponent's punching, step back. Make sure you practice this technique. I'm telling you, you need to get the step back good. And one thing I really like doing is when your opponent is close to the ropes with you and he's trying to get you on the ropes, what you could do is step back onto the ropes. Now, once he's thrown that punch, you've already came back, you step back, the ropes will actually push you back into them if you try and step back again. So you're on the ropes, you come back, bang, cross. He's dead. Practice this technique. All right, now that you guys have hopefully implemented these defense techniques and learned them for yourself, I'm going to show you guys how to use the defense techniques and also add the punch with them. Let's get started. First of all, we're going to keep this very quick and short. We've got the block. With the block, what you could do very easily is block and throw a left hook with it. Block, defend, counter with a left hook. Simple. Number two, for the slip. If you want to counter with a slip, you come back with a cross. Slip, come back with a cross. You know what else you can do with a slip? You can slip, uppercut, even deadlier than the cross. You slip, uppercut. Your opponent will be finished. Next move, the parry. Parry is very simple, but I don't really like coming with a hard counter punch with a parry. I like coming in with a jab. So your opponent throws a punch, parry, jab. Parry, jab. Parry, double jab. Whatever works for you. Next, We got the roll. I love this one. The roll and a hook goes perfectly. Let me show you guys. Your opponent throws a hook, you roll, you come back with another hook. Opponent is throwing a hook, roll, come back with another hook. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that one. And lastly, the step back. As I showed you guys already earlier, your opponent throws a punch, step back, come in with a cross. As simple as that. Make sure you guys practice these and implement these. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to make sure I get at least 2 videos out a week for you guys. So, before I end the video, home boxing program in my bio. Thank you so much for 10,000 members. 10K members is crazy, man. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys want to learn to box at home with no equipment needed, go get the home boxing program in the description below. Without further ado, it's EK and I'm out.